Hey guys, welcome back to our place for another What's for Dinner video. If we haven't had the chance to hang out before, my name is Nikki. My family and I are actually living full-time in our caravan at the moment as we are traveling around Australia. Now today's video does follow on from my previous video, which was a massive grocery haul video. You can see all of the things that we picked up before we began our Outback adventure into Outback South Australia. So today's video, we're going to take a look at some of the meals that we've pulled together over the last week, focused primarily on using up the fresh stuff that we just bought and clearing out the fridge. Also, if you'd like to see what we've been up to in our travels, we do have a little travel channel, Beale's Big Adventure, where you can actually see all the travel stuff. But here on this channel, we just focus on all of the tips and tricks that have helped our family budget better, demolish all of our debt, skyrocket our savings, and still have heaps of frugal fun along the way. It's basically all of the tips and tricks that we use to get more bang for our buck so we can have the most fun living the life we want. So if that sounds like something you would be interested in, I would love it if you would consider hitting that little subscribe button down below. It is one of the easiest ways to support my channel and stay up to date with all the things that are happening at our place. So with all of that said, why don't I turn this around and show you guys what we cooked up this week. Alright guys, it is night one in the Flinders Ranges and I'm cooking up an absolute storm here. I'll turn this around and show you in a sec. But the plan is, I'm trying to get a bit of prep done, but I may have gone a little bit overboard. I'm not really sure, but let me show you what I've got cooking up. This is going to be dinner and hopefully lunches for at least 2 days. Okay, so in here I've got 2 whole capsicums, 2 cups of frozen corn, and 1 can of black beans. This is just cooking off really nicely. I am learning how to cook without oil to reduce the saturated fat in my meals, and this pan, it's a Curtis Stone from Coles, is absolutely amazing. Alright, to go with this, I've already got 3 small zucchinis. They're already fried off, and over here, this is the ridiculousness of my life at the moment. This is 4 cups, well it's now 8 cups. That's my big EcoPot pot. So absorption method there on the rice, that's made 8 cups of rice, because what I really like doing at the moment, oh can't even get the lid back on, is I am super into freezing rice. So if I can come over here to the freezer, ta-da, and show you guys what I'm up to in here. I've got bags, I know it's really dark, sorry, but I've got bags and bags of frozen rice on the go, or I will have anyways. So that's my last bag in here, and I'm going to bag up some of that, which is fantastic when you're in a hurry, and pre-portioned frozen rice, so much cheaper than getting like the microwave rice, and it's basically exactly the same thing, pre-cooked rice. But I feel like this is a Danos Direct type ad, because wait, there is more that is still going to go into tonight's dinner. I have got a whole head of kale that I need to cook up. So basically I just de-stem it, chop it up with some scissors, and then sort of marinate it in lemon juice and the tiniest little bit of olive oil just to help soften it a little bit. And that's the only oil that I'm going to be cooking with is in here. That's a whole bunch of kale, like half a dozen mushrooms that I'm going to cook up as well, and I'm probably going to throw in some cherry tomatoes and maybe some other stuff as well. I don't know, it's getting a little bit crazy, but here's the idea. We're going to do rice and veggie bowls for dinner tonight, and then I'll have the cold stuff that'll be left over that we can put in wraps tomorrow. So it's just grab and go. Probably throw in some maybe ranch dressing or avo mayo, guac if I had it, but I don't. Just some sort of sauce will go in the wraps. It'll probably go on dinner tonight as well. And it should be all ready to go definitely tomorrow. Next day, hopefully, maybe even a little bit after that, but let's just see how much this makes and see how far it goes. Alright, so quick little have a look before I put the rice in. So this is my veggies mixed in, or half of it, because have the other half over here that I just need to mix together. So this will be dinner tonight with maybe some leftovers, hopefully. And then I've got another big container here ready to go. So I'm just going to divide up this rice, and hopefully I will get 3 lots out of the rice. 1 lot for in here, 1 lot for my other container, and then there should be a bag of leftover rice for the freezer. All right, and this is where we're at. So still got like half of the rice left. I'll put that in a container just to cool, and then I'll put it in bags in the freezer. This is my dinner dished up. I'll add a little bit of dressing to that. Shan's just grabbing his. This is Charlotte's, and we have like the tiniest little bit left over, so that won't be doing much. But I do have this container in the fridge, which is what we will use for lunches, and pop in the wraps. Good morning. We are just getting ready to go out for the day and just grabbing all the stuff for lunch. So I thought I would show you guys where we're at. So what I'm doing here is just dishing out today's portion for the car. This is the rice and veggie mix that I made last night, but just to show you guys how much I actually made, because I think when you look at this container, it's a bit deceptive as to actually how much there is. And I do think there is 3 lunches in here, because this is 1/3 that I've pulled out here, and this is my 900 ml microwave container. So I mean, this is pretty big as it is, so this will do a few wraps for us here today. But that is 1/3 of what was in here. So we've got another 2 days worth of lunches. I'm going to pop this one back in the caravan fridge. This is going to go in the car fridge. And then what we'll do, I'll take a packet of wraps. I might even throw in some cherry tomatoes. I'll have a quick squeeze and have a look. Probably maybe just the cherry tomatoes, and some dressing, and we'll just wrap those up wherever we are for lunch, and lunch is ready to go. Good. All right, guys, day 2 in the Flinders. Big day today. Did a couple of walks, which is really awesome. Going to do a couple more tomorrow. Place is a mess, but this is what's happening for dinner. All right, so this is my big Eco Pot thermal cooker on the go again. I have 3/4 filled it with potatoes, which is more than what we'll eat tonight, but then we'll have some cold potatoes in the fridge. I'm going to get this going. I'll bring it to the boil, and the way that the thermal cooker works is once this has been boiling for about 10 minutes, or simmering I should say, for 10 minutes, I go ahead and put it in this little insulated pot. So my insulated pot is also in an insulated bag. So this is what does all of the cooking. So I'll get those potatoes on boil for about 10 minutes, and then just stick them in here, and then they quietly keep on cooking with their own thermal heat until it is dinner time. And to go with that, I'm going to steam up some broccoli. So this is 1 head of broccoli. Just taking all the florets off, and then what I'm going to do is I'll just slice that up, pop it in there as well. Once they're cooked, I'll just pop them aside real quick. I'm going to fry off an onion, some mushrooms, and I'll make some gravy. So that's pretty much going to be it for dinner tonight. Boiled potatoes, broccoli, mushrooms, onion, and a little bit of gravy on top. It's going to be amazing. We should have some leftover potatoes for me to do something with tomorrow or the day after. Not really sure. And I'm not really sure what I'm going to do with them. We'll wait and see how many potatoes are left over. Alrighty, and it's the end product. I've ended up with 4 little potatoes and some broccoli and the mushroom and onion in the gravy. And we've still got 5 little potatoes left over. I'll chuck those in the fridge and do something with them tomorrow or the day after, I think. Good evening. It is a little bit dark in here tonight. It's been raining all day. We're in the Flinders and it's rained. It's been awesome. Don't have heaps of solar, so we're not putting the lights on just yet because we can still see, but it is a little bit dark on the video. I do apologize. I am getting dinner ready and I'm going to show you guys what we're cooking tonight. Alright, so we're going to do pasta, and I'm going to use up my last jar of pasta sauce. For the beef, the mince, I will be using some of this textured vegetable protein, TVP. It is made with soy, so it's just dried out tofu basically, and it doesn't really have a lot of flavour. So here's what's going to happen. I'm going to put half a cup of this. That's about enough for us. Just follow the directions on the back. Half a cup of the TVP in here with some onion, which I am frying off. I'll chuck in a little bit of garlic as well. And I can't remember if it's half a cup or 1 cup of water to rehydrate it. Just follow the directions on the back of the packet. Anyways, that's going to turn into like a mince beef sort of substitute, and to that I'm going to throw in our tomato sauce, and I have grated up 1 carrot and 1 zucchini, and I'm just going to throw that in. Cooking the pasta over here in the big pot. I'm going to do all of this pasta, and hopefully we'll have some leftovers that we can have tomorrow as well. Okay, and that's it. I really like to test the friendship with this big pot. This is from Coles, it's Curtis Stone. I really like it. It's frying pan, big pot. It's just good. So I'll start dishing this up, and that is dinner tonight. We are actually in the van for lunch today, which is a little bit different for us. So we're going to whip up what we call poor man's fried rice. It's really simple. I actually have a full description of how to make this in one of my other videos. If I can remember, I will link it down below. But basically, this is the gist of it. So this is a whole 500-gram bag of stir-fry veggies. You can use whichever one you want. This happens to be the black and gold one, which is the one that I prefer just because I like the mix in it. But you know what, any stir-fry veg will mix, any frozen veg will work in this. So 500 grams of veggies here. What I've already done is toast up some little cubes of tofu, so it's probably maybe 100 grams there. It's not a huge amount, and I've tossed that with a little bit of seasoning. Again, it doesn't really matter what you use, just what flavors you like. Today this was a Memphis smoky rub, not even Asian flavors, but it doesn't matter. Just a bit of seasoning on that one. I like to toast them off first, and then I'll throw them in with the veggies later. And my other favorite thing at the moment, which is bags of pre-cooked frozen rice, which I have ready to go. So I just cook extra when I'm cooking rice and then chuck these guys in the freezer, and they're perfect for days like this. So I'm going to cook these veggies off until they're cooked, and then all I have to do is throw through the rice and defrost it, which is sort of defrosting on the bench as we go. I'll throw a bit of soy sauce in there, throw through the tofu, and she's done. And that's it. All cooked, all mixed together. Veggies, rice, tofu. Quick, easy lunch for us today. Alright, it is the 14th of April now, so we're halfway through the month. Let's check out the fridge and see how we're doing on that fresh stuff, and I'll talk you through today's plan. All right, so this is where we are at in here. I have one head of broccoli left. I still have my big head of cauliflower. Need to do something with those fairly quickly. Last bunch of kale. This is a whole bunch of kale. I just strip it off the stems, keep the leaves in there. I will marinate that in a little bit of olive oil and either some lemon juice or some lime juice, depending on what we're feeling like. And down in the bottom, not much left. All right, I've got a couple of red caps in there that I need to probably do something with. One tomato, one lonely little apple, half a bag of zucchini. I did start off with 2 of these. Still got quite a bit of the carrots left, but they still look pretty good. They'll hold on for a bit longer. And about a quarter of our mushies left. So I will need to do something with those today or tomorrow as well. But that is pretty much it for the fresh stuff. Oh, there is like a quarter of a cucumber. But pretty much out of the fresh. We will be moving on to the frozen very shortly. All right, the first thing I'm going to cook up is what I call greens, beans, and rice. So I have 2 zucchinis frying off in my pan while I get my broccoli ready. I'm going to use the whole head of broccoli. This is going to be another big batch meal. I will dice up all of the broccoli. We don't waste any of it. And I'm going to throw in my kale. So I'm going to use all of these green veggies. Once I get all of this cooked up together, I'll take it out of the pan and I'm going to cook up some beans. And I already have some pre-cooked rice ready to go, which is going to make things a little bit easier. But I need to keep chopping. Got a bit of chopping here to do, and I'll show it to you guys when it starts to come together. All right, so this is basically greens and beans. We'll add some rice in a sec, but the thing that I like the most about this is you can use whatever veggies you've got and you can use whatever beans you've got. I've actually thrown in some lentils with this lot, but you could do black beans, you could do white beans, red kidney beans, whatever you like. Whatever veggies, it's all good. Totally easy, quick, and this will make us leftovers, which I'm going to put in the fridge, and we'll probably chuck that through some wraps. All right, and there we go, lunch for today, and the other half is in the fridge ready for tomorrow. Probably put a little bit of dressing on this, maybe a bit of ranch or avo mayo or something, whatever takes your fancy. Charlotte will probably just have hers plain because she doesn't like a lot of flavour. You can go ahead and chuck whatever seasonings you like. I did actually throw a little bit of Tuscan through this, which I think I forgot to show you guys, but season it however you like it. Put a bit of dressing on it if you want to, and there you go. Greens, beans, and rice. Quick and easy. Tonight for dinner, I think I'm going to do some mashed sweet potato and try and do some cauliflower bites. So I'll put these in a batter and do them in the frying pan, and probably just do it with some green beans. Pretty simple. Hopefully these work. It's been a while since I've done these, so I'll have to check the recipe. But basically I'm just going to make a batter with some flour, some seasoning, and I'll pop them in the frying pan. Last time we had them, they tasted like, almost like popcorn chicken or something like that. They were pretty good. So I'll have to see if I can find that recipe and do it again. But that's going to be dinner tonight. Pretty simple. All right, and that is the finished product. So battered cauliflower, I did make a little sweet chili glaze to go with it. Doesn't look very battered in the picture, but in the video, but it is battered. Some mashed sweet potato and some green beans. And there we go. All right, well, that's pretty much it for this week. Thank you so much for spending a little bit of time here with us at our place. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, if you could please give it a thumbs up. I really do appreciate that. It lets me know the kind of content you guys are enjoying and what you would like to see more of. And if you would like to see more stuff like this, then I do hope you consider hitting that little subscribe button down below. Like I said, it is the best way to stay up to date with all of the things that are happening at our place. Well, I hope you are having an absolutely fantastic week, and I do hope to catch you again next week in my next video. Until then, take care, my friends. Bye.